Hi, in this video, I will cover AI voice agents. But before that, I want to show you something. This audio clip has blown my mind. It is an Apple AI service agent trying to convince a customer who had shown some interest in Apple Vision Pro glasses, but is no longer interested. Take a listen.
Hey, James.
I'm not interested, man.
Yeah, no worries. I hate calls out of the blue too. But I'm actually from Apple, and I saw you were checking out Vision Pro and were about to pre-order but left the page.
Dude, I don't
I was
have time
curious,
for this
what
right
had you looking into potential? Okay, I can respect that. Can I just ask one question before you go?
now. Fine, shoot. What's up?
Why did you decide not to pre-order the Vision Pros? I saw you changed your mind last minute.
Because they are crazy expensive. I'm gonna get the MetaQuest instead.
I get it. But you saw what happened to Threads, right? Do you think the MetaQuest will end up being a better product than the Vision Pros? Or is it just the price?
I mean, it's mainly about price. I'm sure the Vision Pros are gonna be better, but I'm not spending $3,000 on a pair of goggles, my man.
I feel that for sure. Definitely want you to make the best decision for you. But can I offer a different perspective?
I guess so. What's up?
Okay, so something that not a lot of people are aware of. If you take the route of using financing, Vision Pros only come out to a few $100s a month. So although $3,000 sounds like a lot, we can break it up to be more affordable for you. Does that by chance sound more palatable?
Interesting. How would that work?
Yeah, totally. Happy to give you context. Basically, you just fill out your details real fast and can see if you get approved. And if you are approved, it's much more affordable for you.
Okay. So what do we got to do for that?
Awesome. Okay, I'll send it over now. Let me know when you receive it.
Okay, I just got a text. That was quick.
Okay, sweet. Just fill that form out. Like I said, it takes 45 seconds. And once you are done, you'll have your name down for a pre-order of the Vision Pros. Can I help you with anything else?
No. That's awesome. I appreciate it, actually.
So, what do you think? AI may not be perfect, but it is almost there. At the speed at which AI is developing, it is just a matter of months before you won't be able to tell the difference between real and AI. I think this is a game changer, especially for how we handle inbound and outbound calls. So in this video, I'll show you how to use an AI voice agent to qualify leads. Okay, let's dive in. First, let me explain the problem statement to get some context. At my agency, FlipBytes, we receive many inquiries daily. Some of them are suitable for us and some aren't. By suitable, I mean that some inquiries don't fit our budget, have technology constraints, or are in a niche that we don't operate in, such as gambling, porn, etc. Every day, my team and I spend at least an hour sorting through inquiries to determine which ones are good and which aren't. After sorting, we spend more time answering those inquiries and finally hop on a call to determine if we are a good fit. So, on average, we would spend anywhere from 10 to 15 hours weekly on qualifying leads. So we decided to use AI to qualify the leads for us. Alright, so this is what we'll do. When someone submits a form on our website, it will trigger an AI call request. The AI will call our prospect and ask them a set of questions to qualify them. If the prospect meets our criteria, it will then send them a Calendly link to book a calendar meeting. If not, it will save the information and let them know that we will get in touch with them once we start offering that service. This automation can save a lot of time if you are in service-based business, such as if you're a lawyer, an accountant, or a marketing agency, etc. Okay, this is going to be a long video because we need to cover a lot of ground here. But I promise you this, it will be very valuable and well worth your time. So close all your tabs, get yourself a cup of joe or your favorite beverage, and let's build this. Also, add this video to your favorites so you can come back to it later for reference. As always, all the links, prompts, and resources will be available for free on a resource hub, and I will leave a link for it in the description below. Okay, here's a list of tools we will be using to set this up. Air.ai. This tool turns text into AI-generated voice. Make.com acts as a bridge allowing different software programs to communicate with each other. Twilio. We'll use this to get a temporary phone number. And fill out. We'll be using this for form submissions, but you can use any WordPress form or any other form system that supports automation. Alright, here's how you can set up this system for your own business or for your clients. Since there are many moving parts, it can get tricky, so I've laid it all out here so that we are all on the same page. Also, if you ever get confused, just look back at this flow to know what we are doing at each step. Alright, so the first thing is we'll have a form on our website that will take the user information such as name, phone number, email, etc. When the user submits the form, it will trigger the automation sequence. We'll create this form using fill out forms, which is a good alternate to type form. But again, feel free to use any form system that has integration with make.com. Okay, so when the user submits the form, this will trigger the first automation on make.com, where we will use the phone number provided by the user and call them using Air.ai. Now, what is Air.ai? Air.ai is an AI phone calling platform, and it has an API that we can use to make calls from within make.com. Also, in order to make calls, we need to set up an AI voice agent within Air.ai, and for that we need a phone number. So we'll use Twilio to buy a phone number, as it's very easy to buy phone numbers out there, and you can get it set up in minutes. I'll show you all of this thing later in the video. Okay, so once we have the phone number integrated with Air.ai, we will then set up an AI voice agent to call the user. Let's assume for the purpose of this video that we are only interested in taking on AI chatbot projects right now. Okay, so when the automation triggers a call, the AI agent is going to attempt to qualify the user and ask if their project is about building chatbots. If the user says yes, then it's going to trigger a second automation in make.com to send a Calendly link to the user via Gmail. They can then use this link to schedule a call at a time that works for them. However, if the user wants something else other than an AI chatbot, the AI voice agent will tell them that we'll reach out when we are taking on that kind of projects and end the call. Okay, now let's start building this automation. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to create a form. Okay, and we'll use Fillout for creating the form. I already have an account with Fillout, so I'm just going to go ahead and log in, but you can create an account and then you can just follow along with the video. Okay. So let's log in. So once I log in, I come to this pick an option screen. And what we'll do is we'll actually pick up a template section. So you can start with the blank form as well, basically. But then again, you have to put in a lot of things. And a template, a lot of elements already pre-made. So we'll go to template and you can pick up any form you want. But what I'm going to do is I want a simple form which can integrate directly into my website. So if you go to flipbytes.com, currently there is a Calendly form. If you go down, and you see there is FlipBytes. This is a Calendly form out here. Instead of this, I want to actually replace this with the form which you're building in Fillout. Okay, so let's go to project forms. So I'm going to go ahead and look at client intake forms. I'm just going to look at this one. So now what we can do is I can say use this template, and then we can modify this form a little bit. FlipBytes client intake form. Okay. And then just say continue. Okay, and you can preview this as well. All right, so we need to modify this now. So let's go back, and what I'm going to do is I'll say edit. Okay, so I'll say client form. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Please don't that's it. That's it. And the document is delete this. So yes, delete this now. Waiting for the project to find delete this. And delete this. And the form is ready. Now you can preview this, and it looks good. So once this is done, let's exit preview and then say publish. And the form is just published. Perfect. So first of all, let's go to this form link and just see how our form looks. So if you use this link or you share this link, the form will come like this. So now if you want to embed this, so what I want to do is I want to embed it out here in my website. Though I can use dashboard, and then there's something called standard use this embed, and this is the code. Use this code and you can ask your developer, or if in case you're using WordPress or Wix or something, they'll probably have a section where you can actually add this code in the head and the body section of HTML, and it should work. Okay, so now once the form is ready, now the next step is that we need to integrate it with make.com. So I already have an account with make.com, but if in case you don't, you can create a free account, and this is my go-to platform right now for creating any automations. Okay, so just create that account, and once you create an account, I already have an account, so I'm just going to go ahead and install this application. All right, so now it's saying fill out forms, trigger a workflow each time a fill out form has submitted. So basically you can install it. Now once I install it and I say install, I'm going to finish wizard, and that's it basically. So it's installed right now. Okay. All right, so now the next step is that we need to connect your fill out form with Air.ai, which is to make calls and everything. Okay, so the connecting link is where the make automation comes in. Okay, so I've already created the automation, which you can actually use very easily. So let's go to scenarios first. We'll go to scenario, create a new scenario. Okay, I already have done this before. So what you can do is, again, I'm going to leave this, the whole script and everything in my resource hub, in my YouTube resources, and I'm going to leave a link for that in the description below. So what you can do is you can actually go to the resources. Once you download it, you just come to this place and you say import blueprint. And out here you have these two scripts, form to aircall.json and aircall to email.json. So this is for the later one. And what we'll do is for this particular scenario, we'll use this. Okay, so form to JSON. And just open this, and once you open it, save, and then it's a pretty straightforward scenario. What it does is basically, once a person fills out the form, this automation comes in through the webhook, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And it comes here and it triggers the HTTP, and this is a call which it makes to Air.ai. All right, we'll get to that later. Okay, first let's do the fill out form. So once you go here, it says create a webhook. Now you want to create a webhook, just create one. I'm going to call it YT YouTube. So YouTube tutorial. So I'm going to use this, add, save my fill out form connection, which is fine. And I need to connect and authorize it. So authorize, make to access fill out account, which it's doing right now. And it's done that. Okay. So my fill out forms connection, and now you should be able to see the form. There you go. Fill out client intake form. This is the form which we had just created on fill out. Okay, so let's go to fill out. If we log in, and if you see this one, fill up client intake form. Okay, so this is the form which we already created. So I'm going to use this, share this link, and I'm just going to paste it out here. All right, so this is the form. Okay, so once we fill up this form, you can actually embed this in the website as well. So I'm just going to use it for simplicity of this video. I'm just going to use it right here. Okay, so once you create the webhook, and the connection, you should be able to see that form right here. FlipBytes client intake form. Just select that and say save. Now it's creating that webhook, and it's created now. Okay, so the scenario is very simple. Once somebody actually fills up the form and submits it, this will trigger an action which will actually call Air.ai API, and it will give a voice call. All right, so now this is already done. We finished this thing, and now let's set up the Air.ai part. So once you open this thing, if you see the URL, this is Air.api URL. Okay, and we need to get our own API key out here in order for this to work. And then later on, I'll show you exactly what is prompt ID and phone number, name, email, how to change all that stuff. But the first thing is that we go to Air.ai, and out there we need to create an agent. Now, in order to create an agent, we need a phone number, which we'll get from Twilio. So there are a couple of steps now. So the first thing to do is let's go to Air.ai and log in there. So I already have an account with Air.ai, so I'm going to log in, but you can create an account. And just remember that they actually ask you for your credit card in order to create an account. So just be mindful of that. Once you're in Air.ai, let's go to integration. So we'll go to integrations, and out here we'll go to Twilio. Now, what is Twilio? Twilio is where we need to get the phone number to use. So Air.ai right now uses only American phone numbers. So we need to buy a phone number from Twilio, which is very, very simple. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. All right. So you need a Twilio account SSID and Twilio account SID and auth token. So we'll go to Twilio and get both of these things. So let's go to Twilio. So I already have my account, but you need to create an account if you don't have one. All right, so I'm going to log in. Okay, so once we're here, what we need to do is we need to buy a number out here. We'll buy a US number, which Air.ai will use to call. Okay, and it's very, very simple to buy a number. So all you need to do is basically just go to phone numbers, and then you'll go to buy number, manage, and go to buy a number. Okay, so once you buy a number, you can see that there are a lot of numbers available. You have New York City, you have Port Washington, and they're pretty cheap actually. They're $1.15 for a month, so it's pretty nominal. And you can easily buy it. So if in case you're looking for a particular number, a particular locality, you can always put in your area code and search like that. But I already have a number, so I'm not going to buy it. I've already bought one. So if you want, you can easily buy it just by saying buy and then putting a credit card information. You can easily buy it. So I've already bought a number, and you can see once you buy the numbers, you can see it in your active numbers. So I already have a number right here. This is my New York City number. And okay, so once this is done, now what you need is for Air.ai, you need an account SSID and you want an auth token, okay? And this is where you go to get that. So you go on to your console right on top and you click on this. Perfect. And this is where you get your account SSID and your auth token. So you copy this out here. You can say copy, and then you can go back and you can paste it out here. All right. And same thing with account auth token, sorry, and then save it. All right. So once that is done, so now you have your number and you have integrated Twilio with your Air.ai. All right. So the next step is to actually create an AI agent. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new agent. We just call it follow-up. Okay. And sales, say create agent, standard recommended. Let's do that. And then we'll say create from scratch. Okay. And okay. So the AI agent has been created. Okay. And there is some kind of script out here. So I'm going to use my own script, and we've already written that. And again, as for all the documents, I'm going to share this on the resource hub, and you can easily copy this. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and let's go there, and let's paste it here. Just going to delete this. I'm going to paste mine. All right, the script is ready. So essentially what we are trying to achieve is that once a prospect fills up the form and submits it, what the AI is going to, this is going to trigger an AI call. The AI is going to call up the person and say that, hey, what kind of project are you looking for? If you're looking for an AI chatbot project, that's what we are doing right now. If he says, no, we're not, then it says that, okay, we will contact you later. And if he says yes, then it will say, okay, fine, I'm going to send you a link, okay, and a Calendly link to book a call. Okay, so essentially that's the gist of it. That's what we want the AI to do. So now we already have the script in place. The next thing which you do is you need to actually have, so it is out here, we'll change this. It says male British accent. Let's open this and see. So this is
all right, cool, sounds good. Well, we'll kind of dive into it. I'm glad we were.
I don't like it very much, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and okay, let's see.
All right, cool, sounds good. Well, we'll kind of dive into it. I'm glad we were able to chat today. I know you.
And let's see the Australian female.
All right, cool, sounds good. Well, we'll kind of dive into it. I'm glad we were able to chat today.
I think I like the female, soft-spoken American.
Sounds good. Well,
so I'm going to go ahead and do this thing and choose this selected video. Okay. All right. So now we save this and our AI agent is ready. Okay. So the next thing is that we need to now test our agent. Okay. And in order to do that, we need to have a US number because Air.ai currently uses only US number. Okay. So the next thing which we need to do is we need to find a US phone number. Okay. And one thing you need to realize is that Air.ai, the API, does not work with VoIP numbers. So anything with voice over IP, such as Skype, won't work. So we need to find a number which is, if you're outside US, you need to find an actual US number which does a call forwarding to your country. So in my case, I'm in Singapore. If I get a US number, it should actually automatically forward all the calls to my Singapore number. If you're in India, or if in case you're in Russia or wherever else, do the same thing itself. Okay. So now let's find a US number. Okay. So let's write US phone number. Now let's see what comes up. All right. Okay. So you have some choices out here. Like you have this toll-free call forwarding. It's not that expensive. You can actually use this. In my case, what I've done is I've used Sonotel. So there's a service again. I think just let me write Sonotel right here. So that comes up. Okay, so this is what I've used. And I bought a number from them. And the service is pretty decent. Again, you can use any other service if you prefer. I've used this one, so you can try this one. So they give you like $1.79, and you can choose the number. So all you have to do is just create an account, and you can. And I think they give you 2 or 3 free calls, and then of course it's a pay-as-you-go service, and the pricing is also pretty decent. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I already have an account. I already bought a number from them. I'm not going to show you the number because I don't want people to call me up. So. But if you sign in, and once you create an account, you can sign in, and it is very straightforward to actually buy the number. All right, perfect. So now what we'll do is we already bought a number. So as you can see under company settings, if you go under phone number, telephony phone number, you can see that I already have a phone number. And what I'm going to do is when I'm filling up the form, I'm going to use this as a number so that Air.ai can call me on this number. So we can receive a call on this number, okay? And as I have configured it, this particular number, when somebody calls this number, it will be forwarded to my actual phone number. So you can easily set it up. It doesn't matter where you are in the globe. You can easily set this up, or even if you're in the United States and you don't want people to use your own number, you can use this and then forward it to your US number. Okay, perfect. So now the number thing is done. We already have the number. Let's go back to Air.ai and try to give a call, okay, and see if this works. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now let's test the system. What name should call? Nani. And then what phone number do you want the Air to call? This is the number which we just bought from Skype. Okay, so let's test this and see how it works. Okay, perfect. So I'm getting a Skype call, as you can see right here. Okay, and I'm going to pick this and I'm going to put it on speaker.
Hey Noni, it's Beth from Flip Bytes.
Hi Beth, how are you?
Hey Noni, I'm doing great, thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
Going good so far.
That's awesome to hear, Noni. So you recently filled out our contact form and I wanted to follow up with you. Do you have a couple of minutes to answer some questions about your business and the AI solution you're interested in?
Yeah, sure.
Great. I appreciate your time, Noni. Can you tell me a bit about your business? What industry are you in and how big is your company?
So we are a marketing agency and we are a team of 10 people right now.
That's fantastic, Noni. A marketing agency with a team of 10 people sounds like an exciting venture. Now, could you give me an outline of the AI solution you're interested in getting built for your business?
Currently, I'm just looking for a knowledge-based chatbot.
Got it, Noni. A knowledge-based chatbot can be a great addition to your marketing agency. It can help streamline customer support and provide quick answers to frequently asked questions. Right now, we're focusing on chatbot projects, so this aligns perfectly. I'll email you a link to book a call with our CEO, Sandeep, who will discuss your project in more detail and provide you with a better understanding of the feasibility and rough costs involved. How does that sound?
That sounds really good.
Awesome, Noni. I'm glad to hear that. I'll send you the email with the link to book a call with Sandeep. He'll be able to provide you with more insights and guidance regarding your knowledge-based chatbot project. I'm really excited for you and your business. If you have any other questions or need further assistance, feel free to reach out. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
Thank you. And you too. Bye. That was so awesome. So it's barring a few pauses, it was literally perfect. So I'm really, really kicked about this thing. So then the next thing is that we will now connect all the systems. This was a test call and it is working fine. And now let's connect all the systems so that when someone actually submits the form, this whole sequence starts off, okay? And we'll see that running. Okay, so I wanted to share that. So I was testing the system and I made these 5 calls. And the duration, you can see the duration for each of the calls. The first one is 52 seconds, 120, 225, 133, 157. So approximately 2 minutes per call, okay? And there are 5 calls and everything. And the total... and it's costed only $2.55. So I think it's very, very nominal, okay, for all the 5 calls. So I just wanted to share this with you so that you get an approximate idea. So if you give a call for, let's say, 5 or 10 minutes, it's probably going to cost you about $1, $1.50. All right, let's go back. All right, so we have created the AI agent and that is working fine right now. The next thing is that we need to actually connect everything together. We need to bring everything together and we need to make sure that once the form is submitted, somebody submits the form, it will actually initiate a call via the AI agent and it'll call up. So the next step is basically that, okay, when you actually go to the AI agent and you go to the URL on top, you will see a number here, this number. This is what we need to copy. Now copy this number. This is the AI agent ID. Okay, and then we go back to our make.com and open HTTP. In this, we need to update this number. All right, so this is updated. The next thing is that we need to create, we need to actually update the phone, name, and email as well. So, and these are this is coming from the form. Okay, so these are the fill out form responses. So what you need to do is instead of phone, where's the phone? The phone number is right here. You just pick this up and you put it here. Okay, so now this is the phone number, answers, okay, and then the name is going to be your first name, which is this, and right here, and that is the email. So let's see where the email is gone. Email address right here. Okay. All right, perfect, and it works fine. Okay, one more thing we need to actually get, we need to create an API key as well. So for that, we need to go back to our Air.ai. And in this case, go to integrations And then we go to client API, and there's no API key out here. So let's create a new one. We'll call it YT YouTube tutorial. So tutorial. All right, so that's done. Generate this. All right, and then copy this one. Let's go back to the form. All right, and instead of this, just paste it out here. All right, one more thing. You need to make sure that there's a space between bearer and the API key so that they just don't get mixed up and becomes one long key. All right, so there has to be space between bearer and key. All right, so this key is done. So now we have everything in place. We have the URL, we have the API key, we also have the prompt ID. So now everything is ready. Okay, so let's test this now. We'll say okay, and this is done. So now what I'll do is I'll run it once, and let's see what the values are coming in from the form. So let's run it, and now what it's doing is it's waiting for a response. So once you actually fill out the form and you submit it, the data is going to flow from here to here, and let's see how that happens. Okay, and it's supposed to give a call. So let's open this. I'm just going to copy this link. This is the form, by the way. Let's say Nani, and let's say K. Email is, let's put it something test@test.com. This is not important. Okay, so this phone number is important because you are posing as a client. Okay, so there has to be a phone number where the AI can call you, and this is the number which we bought. This is the number which I bought. So I'm going to use that to test it. What's your budget? Let's see, and what am I looking for? Looking for a chatbot. That's it. All right. And now let's submit this. First of all, let me just go back and see. All right, so this is expecting a response. The moment I submit the form, the value is going to flow in, and then you can see the values right here, okay? And it will call us as well. So when I submit this, okay, let's see, we're calling. Should get a call now. All right, I'm getting a call right now from the AI. Okay, I'm going to pick it up and put it on speaker.
Hey, Noni, it's Beth from Flip Bites.
Hi, Beth, how are you?
Hey, Noni. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
Day's going fine. Thank you.
That's awesome to hear, Noni. So you recently filled out our contact form, and I wanted to follow up with you.
Thank you, Beth. Okay, so as you can see, it's the same conversation, okay, and it works. So now what we'll do is we'll see the other part now, and there you go. So there's one right here. If you see this place, you have all the values right here. So if you see answers, you have K, you have chatbot, all of these things are right here, okay? So it's flowing into here, and then the same thing should be here as well. Prompt ID, this is the number it's going to call, this is the prompt ID, this is the first name, okay? And that's it. Just a quick note. I hope you're getting some value out of this video, and if you are, please give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Making these videos takes a lot of time and effort, so your support really helps this channel and encourages me to keep making more content like this for you. Also, I love automation, and on this channel, my goal is to create many more videos where I show you step by step how to use AI to automate repetitive tasks to boost your business productivity. So if you're interested in this kind of content, hit the subscribe button so you never miss out when I post a new video. Lastly, we've recently launched our free AI automation community, and it's a dedicated place to meet and network with like-minded AI enthusiasts, ask questions and learn from each other, share wins, request videos, access my free YouTube resources, and more. And that is just the beginning. If you're eager to explore the limitless possibilities of AI automation, this is your golden ticket. I'll drop a link in the description in case you're interested in joining. Okay, let's get back to our video. Okay, now in make.com, go to create a new scenario, then more, import blueprint, and then click on the first template, Air call to email. This template will also be in my resource hub. All right, here we have another very simple automation where a webhook connects to Gmail to send out an email with a Calendly link. Okay, what you want to do is click on webhooks. I want to add a new one, and we're going to call that also Air call to email and save. Now we need to connect our voice AI agent with the webhook. So I'm going to copy this URL and then head back over to Air.ai. Now go to the top right corner, integrations, and go to the Zapier webhook URL. Zapier is a recommended automation platform that Air.ai works with, but in this case, we can actually just put our make webhook URL and it should work fine as well. Okay, now in our AI agent, we need to add a custom action which will send the metadata to the webhook. So we go back to our AI agent here and then we click on add an action. Click on custom and we can call the action email calendar link. And then we can tell the system what kind of phrase should be triggering this action. So it kind of picks it up throughout the conversation. So the phrase that we want to trigger this custom action on is, I'll email you a link to book a call. I've used these exact words as what the AI should say to successfully qualify the clients and get them to book a call. So this phrase is key. I'm going to copy this and then we are going to save this action. Next, we can set up some stats tracking here, which is handy for the backend side of things as well. And we can go custom here, email Calendly link. So this is the outcome of a call and it's basically a label that will allow us to see what the outcome of a call is at a glance through a big list of calls. So we don't have to dig into these calls. It will tell us basically, okay, for this one, they hung up on us and we need to follow up with them. Or in this case, we need to email them a Calendly link. Also in the field, so what needs to happen, you need to add client must have a chatbot project and has been sent a link to book a call. Now the way they have actually detecting this, as you can see here, is automatic tracking. So they're just using an AI system, a large language model, to analyze the transcript and determine if this has been met. So the information you put here is really important to make sure that this tracking is as accurate as it can be based on the text like this. Okay, let's save. So the primary is email Calendly link, and then the other ones are do not call list and follow up. Okay, now comes the trickiest part of all. We need to line these all up in a row and kind of sequence them correctly so that this webhook fires and we get the right data in so that we can then pass it on to the Gmail step. Okay, in order for this to work, we need to hover on the redetermine data structure button on our webhook, and then we need to start from beginning. Refill our contact form, initiate a call, answer the call, go through the call, and then Air.ai is going to trigger the make.com webhook that we put into our settings. And then the second automation in make.com is going to learn the data structure to expect. And the key field is that we need to get the email from the original form submission. Okay, let's do this. So step one for this is just to go to the contact form and fill it out. Okay, now I have filled out the form. Once I submit, I'm going to get a call from the AI agent. I need to go through the call and be qualified by the agent so that the second automation can trigger and we can determine the data structure. Essentially to extract the email ID to use in the Gmail step. Okay, I've submitted. Okay, and here comes the call. If you can see that, I'm going to pick this up. Okay, and I'm going to put it on speaker.
Hey, Noni, it's Beth from FlipBytes.
Hi, Beth.
Hey, Noni. It's great to connect with you. You just filled out our contact form, so I'm following up with you. Do you have a couple of minutes to answer some questions to determine if we can help you with your AI project?
Sure.
And yes, I'm an AI assistant if you couldn't tell. Awesome, thanks for your time. Can you tell me a bit about your business? What industry are you in and how big is your company?
So I run a marketing company and we are 10 people strong.
That's great to hear, Noni. A marketing company with a team of 10 sounds impressive. Now, could you give me an outline of the AI solution you're interested in getting built for your business?
I'm looking for a chatbot solution.
Got it, Noni. Right now, we're focusing on chatbot projects. By specializing in chatbots, we're able to streamline the development process and pass on the cost savings to our clients. So a chatbot solution would be a perfect fit. Is there any specific functionality or features you have in mind for your chatbot?
Just a regular knowledge-based chatbot.
Sounds good, Noni. A knowledge-based chatbot on a Jamboard can be a valuable tool for your marketing company. It can provide quick access to information and help streamline communication. I'll email you a link to book a call with Sandeep, our CEO at FlipBytes. He'll have more questions about your project and will be able to determine feasibility and rough costs to get you the result you're after. Is there a preferred email address I can send the link to?
The one on the file is fine.
Perfect, Noni. I'll send the email to the address on file. You should receive it shortly. Well, I'm really excited to hear how your call goes with Sandeep, our CEO at FlipBytes. He'll have more questions about your project and will be able to determine the feasibility and rough costs to get you the result you're after. So that being said, everything is good to go over here. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
You too. Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, the data structure is successfully determined. So when it says it's determined the data structure, we can now click over here to Gmail. On the left here, you can see that now we have all this information from the webhook. Also, in order for it to have these fields that we can then insert into Gmail, we need to do all these things in the first place. All right. So the most important one is the one down here in the extra fields, which is the email. Now, if you go back to our first make automation, we are passing this in the email as metadata, which we have now successfully captured here. So this is definitely the trickiest part of the whole thing, because we have to send this email as metadata when we make the call so that we can send the email to the right person. But as you can see, we have successfully got the email here. All right, we can now enter the email and then we have their first name. So I've already filled this out. Thanks for chatting with our AI assistant, Beth, blah, blah, blah. Here's the Calendly link to book a call. So all the subject, everything, all the body for the email is right here. Okay, now all the settings are done. And the final step is to make sure that we get this email with the Calendly link after the call. One more thing, make sure that the schedule is set on to on for both the automations so that it can process the data when it arrives. Okay, now we're ready to test this through and through. Let's give another submission on the contact form, and this time we'll use a real email so that I can check if I'm going to receive the email. Okay, and here comes the call. If you can see that, I'm going to pick this up. Okay, and I'm going to put it on speaker.
Hey Noni, it's Beth from FlipBytes.
And I have received the email with a Calendly link. Awesome. So it all works very well. The formatting isn't great, but it is working. I'm sure it is possible to format the email in Make. So that was a long video and with a lot of moving parts, and I hope you found this helpful. And that's it. We have now created a lead qualification system that will save us many hours every week. In the next few days, I'll be creating 2 more videos. The first will show you how to use AI voice agent to answer incoming calls, similar to a receptionist in a doctor's clinic. And the second will cover using an AI agent to make outbound calls to potential clients. If you're keen to learn, remember to subscribe to this channel. Also, if you need help building a workflow with the voice AI agents or AI chatbots, check out my AI automation agency, FlipBytes. I'll drop all the links in the description. Finally, here's another awesome step-by-step video on how to create a lead generation AI chatbot from scratch, or you can watch another video that I'm sure you'll find very useful. I can't wait to see you in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.